of Easter or spring tradition, even if you don't believe in the religious aspects of Easter, whether it's going to church or an Easter egg hunt or even celebrating the spring equinox, everyone gets together to celebrate. My family tradition is the act of dyeing eggs in a traditional Eastern European style called pysanka. And my mom's mom was 100% Polish, my dad's dad was 100% Russian, and both of those cultures have the tradition of dyeing eggs like this. I'll tell you guys what pysanki eggs are, how and when we make them, and what other cultures also have this tradition. So pysanki eggs are the traditional Slavic version of the pastel dip-dyed American Easter eggs that we know. As most traditions, they started off as a pagan custom, and they even retain a lot of their pagan symbolism today. Pysanki eggs use much richer, darker colors than American eggs because they have to cover up each layer of color as you move on. We made these eggs for the last 5 to 7 years, the week before Easter. My mom wanted to wait until we were old enough so we wouldn't make a mess, because you have to use wax and a lot of different dyes. One year we even waited until Easter Day so everyone can make them together. Okay, so for the how-to, so you start with a raw egg and you get a stylus and you put some wax in it and you heat it up with a candle and you draw on the egg your design and then you dip it into the next color. Usually you go with yellow and then you take it out and you redo it with the wax and you dip it into the next color, probably orange or red depending on what you're going for, and then you repeat that process, and at the very end you dip it in black, and you take it out and you hold that over a candle and you wipe away the wax, and then you get to see all your layers. There are many Eastern European and Slavic cultures that practice this tradition. Although I'm Polish and Russian, traditions aren't confined to country borders. Instead, they're shared and appreciated throughout the region. Even though they aren't Slavic, Hungarian, Lithuanians, and Romanians all have their own version of this. The egg itself is symbolic, and it started with the pagan belief that the egg represents new life and rebirth, and that goes with the natural changes of spring. That theme later went on to be used with the Christian belief that to represent Jesus' resurrection. This family tradition is my favorite, and it really helps me feel connected to my ancestors from different cultures. And I love why we dye the eggs, the long process of dyeing the eggs, and I love the feeling I have of being a part of something bigger.